And a very good afternoon and welcome to Schaefer Park as we get set for softball action between West Texas A&M and University of Texas Permian Basin today, as this will be the first of two games here at the pitch before we shift off to the third game tomorrow. Weather conditions have improved dramatically over the last couple of days. It's been bitterly cold, but today game temperature should be around 65 degrees. Got folks both in light jackets and T-shirts, so that always is a good sign as we get set to get this one underway. West Texas, of course, comes in with a record of 12-0, 3-0 in the Lone Star Conference play, while UTPB comes in with a record of 4-10 and 1-5 in the Lone Star Conference. UTPB played who WT played last week in Angelo State in the middle of the week. UTPB, interestingly enough for them, on their schedule, they play quite a few Tuesday, Wednesday games. And so they'll play triple header on the weekend and then come up with a triple header on Tuesday, Wednesday. They have several of those scheduled here at the beginning of the season in the Lone Star Conference for them this year. And so that's why they've played 5 games here in the last several days, or 6 games, in the last several days. And so as we get set for this one, of course, WT comes in after sweeping number 23 Angelo State in dramatic fashion last week. Lady Buffs took the opener 7-3 Friday evening in San Angelo before stealing a 5-1 win in 12 innings in the first game of Saturday's doubleheader. WT won the second contest 11-5, scoring 8 unanswered runs. And so senior Ruby Salzman leads the charge, of course, for WT on an offense that averages 8.08 runs per game. Salzman has posted a .444 batting average with an OPS of 1.357 and a slugging percentage of .867. That's in the first 12 games of this season. She has hit 7 doubles and 4 home runs along the way. And then on the base pass, she is tied in steals with Gabby McConnell. Both of those have 5 steals so far this young season. Kyra Lair heads a Lady Buff pitching staff with a .79 ERA in 2 starts, posting a 3-0 record. Lair started Friday's game against Angelo State before coming in for a 6-inning relief appearance in the extra inning win. In the circle, WT has posted a 1.52 ERA with 87 strikeouts and 18 earned runs in 83 right, I was going to say 83 innings. I want to make sure I said that right. UTPB enters the series with that 4-10. I said 5-10, 4-10 overall record, and 1-5 in LSC play after losing 2 of 3 to Angelo State. Falcons posted a 3-5 record in non-conference play before opening league play against Cameron. In that series, the Aggies swept UTPB. Then, of course, earlier this week, Angelo State took the first and third games, while the Falcons won game number 2. Julia Bumford leads the Falcons offense as the junior holds a .355 batting average with a 1.077 OPS and a .645 slugging average and a .432 on base percentage. The Prosper, Texas native has 1 double, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, 5 walks, and 8 runs scored. Stephanie Jimenez follows with a .344 batting average, and she has a double and 6 home runs this season. As a pitching staff, UTPB holds an 8.56 ERA in 79 innings of work. During that time, opponents are hitting .348 while hitting 28 doubles, 2 triples, and 13 home runs, while striking out 61. Sam Mendez is the head coach for UTPB in her first collegiate head coaching season after taking over the program in June of last year. UTPB will be in their road black uniforms with orange trim and orange numerals trimmed in white. Lady Buffs, of course, in their home white uniforms with maroon trim and maroon numerals. Got that Yankees pinstripe look going on. WT leads the all-time series between these two programs. They are 38-4 with an 18-0 record here in Canyon and 5-2 under head coach Michael Mook. Falcons swept the series last season, though, winning both games in Odessa. They won 4-3 and 4-1 in Odessa. Last time they played in Canyon, the Lady Buffs won in 2021, 9-1 in the first two games, 9-1, 9-1, and then 9-4 in the third game. As we look at the rankings around the LSC and around the nation, defending national champion Rogers State received all 16 first-place votes for a total of 400 points. The National Fast Pitch Coaches Association poll for the second consecutive week. UT Tyler, remember the LSC, stayed at number 2 with a 10-1 record, while North Georgia is at 3. Tampa moved up one spot to 4, and Seton Hill is number 5. Cal State San Marcos ranked 6, followed by Southern Arkansas, Valdosta State, Lubbock Christian, and Central Oklahoma to round out the top 10. Two additional programs from the LSC that were listed in the poll were Oklahoma Christian at 19, St. Mary's at 21. WT did receive some votes, just not enough to put them in the top 25. Also, Angelo State, who was number 23 before they played that contest, they indeed dropped out of the top 25, but still received some ranking as well.
Third baseman number 10,
so
Julia Bumper.
For the Lady Buffs, the LSC Pitcher of the Week was Kyra Lair's performance in the circle that helped the Lady Buffs to a series sweep over nationally ranked Angelo State. Lair started game 1 of the series going 6 innings while allowing 1 run on 1 hit. After a pitching change in the 7th, Lair returned to finish off what she started, recorded the final 2 outs. In game 2, the senior pitcher came out of the bullpen to throw 6 innings of shutout and shutout softball to record the win after WT took a 5-1 lead in the top of the 12th inning. So both teams getting introduced here. We're going to go through the starting lineups momentarily, but we're going to take a time. Well, let's go through Angelo State or UTPB's starting lineup real quick. So starting for UTPB today, it will be Emily Andress who will lead things off. Michaela Ariza is batting second. Julia Bumper bats third. Stephanie Jimenez is batting fourth. Designated players, Melania Lopez. Mia Quintero is the catcher. She's batting sixth. Cheyenne Marquez is seventh. Aubrey Beggs bats 8th, and Carrie Sanford bats 9th. For WT, their starting lineup looks this way today. Maddie Johnson, who will lead things off, followed by Ruby Salzman. Emily Boyer, Diana Murtha will bat 4th. Gabby Valforte will bat 5th. Julia Guzman bats 6th. Gabby McConnell bats 7th. Braylon Booth will bat 8th. And Brittany Rufus will bat 9th for the Lady Buffs. That's the starting lineups for both clubs. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best. Beef in the heart of Texas. The Bud Light, proudly brewed in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
welcome back to Schaefer Park as we get set for this matchup for the Lady Buffs. Heidi Vorthams will get the start today in the circle as she gets her warm-up tosses in. Again, WT comes in with a record of 12-0, 3-0 in LSC play. Wow. Odessa Permian comes in, or excuse me, UTPB. UTPB comes in with a record of 4-10. They are 1-5 in LSC play. So the Buffs getting to open up here at home for the Lone Star Conference. And so here you see the starting lineup for UTPB as we get set for this one. 61 degrees, cloudy conditions, so that will play a little part in this one today. And wind is blowing out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour.
Number 2, Emily Andrus.
Emily Andrus will lead things off for UTPB as she comes into this one, getting set, batting from the left side. Got a chance to watch UTPB warm up a little bit out in the bullpen area, or the batting cages really, in actuality. And so, again, like they're slap hitters, so they like to kind of keep it on the ground, move it around. First pitch is outside for a ball. Emily Andrus batting from the left side for the Buffaloes. Vortham's battery mate is Booth, Belfonte, McConnell, Johnson, Murtha, first to third. Pitch on the way. It's going to be in there for a strike. It evens the count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Emily Andrus will settle back in, ready to go. Heidi gets the pitch. And the right-hander is ready to go. That's going to be slapped foul for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wortham's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the sophomore. Settles in, ready. So she's ready. Braylon Booth sends her what pitch she wants. Wortham's pitch on the way, and that is swung on for a strikeout. So for a strikeout of the ball game.
Scarborough strikeout.
So that's out number 1. Wortham's gets with the infield, gets set to face Arcia Ariza.
Center fielder number 19, Araceli Ariza.
So Ariza batting from the right side. Wortham's gets the pitch. High and just a little bit outside for ball 1. Pitch is outside corner, just misses. So that's ball 2. Ivy Wortham's has pitched in 19 2/3 innings. She's allowed 13 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned. She's walked 3. She's struck out 34, now make it 35 on the season. Takes a long look in, now comes home with it. This is a little bit of a curve, got the outside corner. Runs the count to 1-2. Reason no batting statistics for her. Batting from the right side. She is the center fielder today. For the Falcons, takes a cut, comes up empty. Good fastball, right at the numbers. Evens the count at 2-2. As I mentioned, Wortham's comes in with a record of 3-0. She's allowed 2 or 5 doubles this season, but that's it as far as extra bases are concerned. Sophomore. Outside corner just misses, so she runs that count full. 3-2. Julia Bumford in the on-deck circle for the Falcons. Bumford, their third baseman. Riza settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Good crowd on hand for this one today. Swung on, hit to third. Martha comes up, throwing over to first. In time for the putout. And so Riza's retired 5-3 for out number 2. That'll bring up Julia Bumford. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Bumford batting from the right side, settles in, ready to go. You can hear the wind. It is windy. It just misses a little low. Bryce Sheets sitting in for Lucas Kinsey. Lucas usually does the broadcast for WT this season. Great opportunity to sit in and watch this talented team, 12-0 coming into this one. Sun trying to peek out, a little bit of shadows out there on the players right now. Wortham's ready to go. That's high for a ball. Runs the count to 2-0. Again, as we talked about, Bumford leads the Falcon offense. She has a .355 batting average this season. Batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch, got her swinging. So 2 balls and a strike. Third baseman for the Falcons settles back in, ready to go. Batting from the right side, bit of an open stance. Wortham's ready. Right-hander delivers outside corner. Got there for a strike. Bit of a delay on the call. Just creased that outside corner. Runs the count 2-2. Wortham's ready to go. That's swung on, driven down the right field live, and sliding underneath. Val Forte comes in and pulls that one in. So Bumford pops up to the first baseman for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We played a half inning, no score for UTPB. Lady Buffs getting set for their at-bat. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, welcome back as we gets set for the bottom half of the first inning. Maddie Johnson will lead things off for the Buffaloes. We look at their starting lineup today. Maddie Johnson, followed by Ruby Salzman, Emily Boyer, Dinah Murtha, Gabby Belforte, Julia Guzman, Gabby McConnell, Braylon Booth, and Brittany Rufus. As Johnson settles in, Maddie batting 190. Big open stance. First pitch from Destiny Trahan is outside for a ball. Trahan from Nederland, Texas. She is a senior. Right-hander settles in the circle, ready to go. Johnson ready to go. Outside corner is there for a strike. So that evens the count at 1-1. Ruby Saltzman in the on-deck circle for the Lady Buffs. Johnson said batting 190 on the season. She has an on-base percentage, though, of .306 and a slugging percentage of .333. Shortstop drives this one out to shallow left field, and circling underneath is Marquez, who pulls that one in. So fly out to right field for out number 1. And that'll bring up Ruby Salzman. Salzman from Northridge, California, the senior, batting from the right side, settles in. Of course, Salzman kind of leads the charge for the WT offense, even with that .444 average and a 1.357 OPS. She settles in ready to go. She had 7 doubles, 4 home runs. And if she gets on, she's always a threat to steal. Drives this one down the right field line, but right to the right fielder. She's there. First pitch swinging. Salzman flies out to right for out number 2.
The DP, number 32, Emily Boyer.
That'll bring up Emily Boyer. And before she bats, Salzman has some words about the pitching style of Destiny Trahan. So Emily Boyer settles in, ready to go. Batting from the right side. She's the designated player for the Lady Buffs today. First speed, off speed, is in there for a strike. Boyer. From Harrisburg, South Dakota. Emily settles in, ready to go. Good crowd on hand. Sends this a slow roller to second base. Coming up with it with her Sanford, and they said pulled the first baseman off the bag on the throw. So trying to get it over to Jimenez. And so Emily Boyer,
Third baseman, number 12,
board on an air.
Diana
See,
Murtha.
they mark that as an E4. We watch the replay here. And this is a shot to Sanford. Comes up with it, has plenty of time, just throws it high. And in doing so, Jimenez pulled her foot off. Now the umpires are getting together for discussion on this one. I think that head coach Sam Mendez went out to challenge to find out what the explanation is. And so now they're calling her out. So that will be the third out as the officials got together. And so Boyer is retired 4-3 for out number 3. And so credit the officials for getting together to talk that over, make sure they get it right. So no runs for the Buffs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We have played an inning, no score between UTPB and the Lady Buffs here at home. We'll take a timeout, do so, and come back on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, welcome back to Schaefer Park as we go to the top of the second inning. No score between the Lady Buffs and the Lady Falcons, and leading things off will be the 4, 5, and 6 batters for UTPB. It'll be Stephanie Jimenez, the first baseman, batting in the cleanup spot. She'll settle in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Jimenez, even stance, kind of close to the plate. Likes to crowd up a little bit. First pitch is outside for a ball. Good crowd. You can hear the crowd on hand for this one today. Good excitement. Good visitor crowd as well as the folks that have driven up from the Odessa Midland area. Jimenez batting from the right side, settles back in, ready to go. Vorthrum's pitch is outside for the right side corner for a strike. So that evens the count at 1-1. Jimenez settles in again, batting from the right side. Heidi pitching in her second inning. Outside corner is there for strike 2. They hear the fans right in front of us who made that call before the home plate umpire did. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Jimenez. Stephanie settles back in, ready to go. Nice easy stroke, nice easy swing. She gets ready. And strikes out, second strikeout.
There's a Scarborough strikeout. It's time for a t-shirt.
So that is out number 1. Strikeout for Jimenez. So Emily Andrus led off the first inning with a strikeout, and Jimenez does the same here, leading off the second inning with a strikeout. Eddie Vortums. Adds 2 more strikeouts to her total. Inside pitch misses for a ball. Elena Lopez, the designated player for Sam Mendez. Mendez down in the third base coach's box. Good cut, coming up empty is Lopez. So that evens the count at 1-1. Sun is out now, sun splashed, even though there's still clouds, but there is some breakups right over us in the clouds. Again, game time temperature is 61. Lopez settles back in with a 1-1 count. Outside corner is a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for the left-handed hitting Lopez. She's from Leander, Texas. Played at McLennan Community College before coming over to UTPB. Pops this one off back toward us, keeps the count at 1-2. Bertha retrieves it and then gives it back to her pitcher. Worthams gets it, checks the outfield real quick. Now steps on the pitching rubber. Booth double checks to make sure the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She calls this pitch. That's fouled off at the plate, keeps the count at 1-2. Worthams walks out of the circle, walks around, and walks back in, ready to go. Wortham's pitch fouled off once again, so credit Melena Lopez, as she stays alive, protecting home plate. That's the third ball she has fouled off in a row. Count is 1-2.
Go, Heidi.
Lopez settles in, ready to go. Top of the second inning, no score. Outside corner misses for a ball. That evens the count at 2-2. Lady Buffs playing in the first of two today here at Schaefer. That's high for a ball. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. By Quintero, the catcher in the on-deck circle. Rhythm's ready to go. So the 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, that's popped up and out of play. That comes back there by us. And thankfully everybody's scattered. There's really not a lot of place to run because we do have a good crowd on hand, but they did get out of the way. Count 3-2. Lopez, that's 4 foul balls now for Lopez. Heidi gets the set. Comes home with it. And a swung on for a strikeout. Foul number 2. So she strikes out the 4 and the 5 hitters, and that'll bring up Mike Quintero, the catcher. Quintero.
Catcher number 14, Mia Quintero.
She's from San Antonio, Texas. The junior batting from the right side. Big open stance. She's ready to go. Down in the dirt for ball 1. Buffalo baseball team playing up in Pueblo today. A non-conference couple of games. Inside is low for ball 2. So on Quintero, trying to keep it low for the catcher. Outside, got the corner for a strike. So 2 balls and a strike on the catcher for the Lady Falcons. Now the sun has filled the entire playing surface. Inside for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike. Cheyenne Marquez, should Quintero get aboard in the on-deck circle.
Back her up, ladies. Let's go.
Heidi trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning once again. Quintero settles in. Pitch is in there for a ball. It's low. So first walk and first base runner of the day for either team.
Number 4, Cheyenne Marquez.
We'll bring up Cheyenne Marquez, who's playing in left field today. Had that put out in the bottom of the first inning. Marquez from Monahans, Texas. Not too far away from the Odessa area. She's a sophomore. They list her as a shortstop, but she's playing in left field today. Marquez settles in, big open stance. First pitch is ball one. Outfield playing pretty much straight away, shading a touch toward left center, but not much. Wortham's ready to go. Pitch on the way is in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Marquez settles back in. She's the 7th batter in the lineup for UTPB. Wortham's pitch swung on for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heidi already with 3 strikeouts in the ball game. Time is called. And that's for Booth. Braylon trying to adjust her shin guards just a little bit. Braylon from Wichita, Kansas, played at Abilene Christian before coming here to WT. Junior catcher's ready to go. It's low for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Trying to get Marquez to swing at that one. Cheyenne held off. So a 2-2 pitch. So Heidi gets the pitch, settles in, ready to go in the circle. Swung on, fouled off down the left field line. Everybody giving chase, but that one is out of play. So good effort by Murtha and Rufus as they came over. Braylon Booth settles in, ready to go, behind home plate. Marquez with a 2-2 pitch count. 2 outs here in the top of the second, 1 runner aboard. Murtha ready to go. It's outside corner, misses for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wortham's trying to just paint that outside corner. Sophomore ready to go. Everybody checks the pitch to see what it is, and time's taken by Marquez. And again, Heidi working a little slower, so does disrupt the rhythm of the hitters just a bit. Big open stance for Marquez. Swung on for strike 3. Great off-speed pitch. And so no runs, no hits. There were no errors in the inning, and 1 left on base. 4 strikeouts for Heidi Worthams. And so we go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. In this one, we'll take a timeout, do so, and come back to Schaefer Park on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
number 12.
To the bottom of the second
Murtha.
inning, Diana Murtha getting set to lead things off. 4, 5, and 6 batters for the Lady Buffs. Lady Buffs retired in order 1, 2, and 3 in the bottom of the first. Murtha trying to get things going. Diana settles in, ready to go. Murtha batting .342. She has an on-base percentage of .409, slugging percentage of .632. She looks at ball one. Forte in the on-deck circle, and then Guzman. So the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the lineup for the WT Lady Buffs. Murtha settles in, the third baseman. Drives this one out to right field, and that's going to go the wall. Murtha will round first and head to second. Now she continues on to third base. So a stand-up triple for Diana Murtha. Has the stands and the fans on their feet here at Schaefer Park. Murtha.
First baseman number 9, Gabriela Valforte.
Let's bring up Gabby Valforte. Valforte, the junior from Fort Worth. Played at Fossil Ridge High School, batting from the right side. First baseman. Batting from the right side, settles in, ready to go. First pitch off speed and high for a ball. So Murtha standing over at third base with a leadoff triple. Senior from Summerlin, Nevada, would love to come home with the first run on the board. She's got the first hit for anybody today, and it's a triple. Off-speed pitch, that's a good one. And so Gabby looked at a strike. That kind of had a little bend coming into home plate. So a bit of a curve. Timeout taken. Coach Mook wants to talk about something. I think he wants a pitch runner.
Pitch running number 3, Malaya Delphine.
Malaya Delphine, the outfielder from San Diego, California, will come in to run at third base. So Delphine gets ready. 1-1 pitch to Valforte. Is low for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the second inning. Lady Buffs are threatening. Gabby settles in, ready to go. That's going to be low for a ball. Got away from the catcher, but goes down the third base line, so no chance for Delphine to come home. So 3 balls and a strike. Forte settles back in, ready to go. It's going to be high for ball 4. So a walk for Trahan.
Number 2, Julie Guzman.
So runners at the corners for the Lady Buffs, and that'll bring up Julie Guzman. We're going to have a pitch runner as well for, let's see if that is the case. So coming in to pitch run will be Megan Gerke.
Pitch running number 27, Megan Gerke.
5'9" junior from Alexandria, South Dakota. Will go over to first base to run for Valforte. So runners at the corner, no outs. And that brings up Julie Guzman, the right fielder. Guzman batting .333. Shows bunt, pulls back. They're going to call that a strike. And they had Delphine down the third base line, but the third baseman, Bumfield, was right with her, so they really couldn't make a throw. So strike one for Guzman. Guzman, though, with runners in scoring position this season, batting .556. They did get Gerke over to second base on that. So runners at second and third. There's a swing. That's coming up empty. So no balls, 2 strikes on Guzman. Guzman settles in, the junior from Reseda, California. Shows bunt once again. Fouls this one off at the plate. Keeps the count at 0-2. Gabby McConnell in the on-deck circle. So Guzman settles back in, batting from the right side, open stance. Drives this one down the first baseline, and that is going to be caught. Nice play over at first base by Jimenez. And Jimenez gets it back into the infield. So Guzman pops up to the first baseman for out number 1. Going to bring up Gabby McConnell.
Second baseman number 10, Gabby McConnell.
And again, discussion as each batter has witnessed something different with Destiny Trahan, and they pass it on to the next one. So that's what Guzman did to McConnell as Gabby settles in, batting from the right side. McConnell, runners at second and third, 1 out. Looks at a strike. McConnell, freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Batting from the right side. Open stance, but not overly exaggerated. He looks at a strike. Again, good off-speed pitch from Trahan. Bottom of the second inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for the Lady Buffs with runners at second and third. And again, Murtha led off with a triple. It's going to be outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for the second baseman for the Lady Buffs. McConnell settles back in, ready to go. Outside corner misses for a ball. 2-2. McConnell took a long look at that one and watched it go on the outer part of the plate. So 2-2. Trahan wanted to try and buy that as strike 3. McConnell settles back in. McConnell sends this out to shallow center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And 1 run will come home as Delphine scores from third, and the Buffs lead at 1-0 on the single by Gabby McConnell. Second hit of the inning. So Gabby is aboard. Gerke still over at second base. And that will bring up Braylon Booth, catcher. Booth from Wichita, Kansas.
Lauren Granger.
Well, Lauren Granger is going to come in and pitch hit for Booth. So we'll see if they made that switch. So Lauren Granger, the freshman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, batting from the right side. Now a quick timeout taken by Sam Mendez as she wants to know if this was a trade, and so Booth will be out and Granger will be in. Quintero goes out and flashes the defensive assignments. Runners at first and second for the Lady Buffs. 1 run across, 1 out. And Granger comes up. Drives this one down the first baseline, fouling out of play. So a strike for Lauren, batting 118. Freshman's had 17 at-bats, so this is her 18th at-bat. She's had 2 hits. She's scored 3 runs, and she's driven in a run this season. She's walked 3 times and struck out twice. Fouls that one off at the plate. So she's down in the count 0-2. Looks down the third base line at Michael Mook. Mook just giving her some quick instruction. So the freshman settles back in, ready to go. And it's going to be low for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Granger. Gerke over at second base. McConnell at first. Driven back towards the second baseman, over to second in time for 1. But they don't get the run at first base. And so a run comes home for the Lady Buffs. As Gerke will come around third and come on home as they make the play. So Gabby McConnell is erased 4-6 for out number 2. But Lauren Granger is aboard on a fielder's choice.
Left fielder number 20.
And 2 runs that are now across for the Lady Buffs. 2 runs on 2 hits. That'll bring up Brittany Rufus, the left fielder. Rufus batting from the left side, settles in, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and looks at a strike on the outside corner.
Outside and low. Come on, Blue.
So no balls and a strike for Rufus. Brittany from Mansfield, Texas. Junior shows bunt once again, pulls the bat back, takes a swing, and comes up empty. So she's down in the count 0-2. Michael Mook just telling her you were just under it. It was a little high. Your bat was underneath. Showed her by about how much. Again, shows bunt, pulls it back, fouls this one off and out of play. Keeps the count at 0-2. Brittany batting in the 9th spot. Then we go back to the top of the order. Maddie Johnson, should Rufus get aboard. Runner at first base is Lauren Granger. 2 runs across for the Lady Buffs. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Destiny Trahan. She's walked 1. She's allowed 2 hits so far. Trahan ready to go. Brings this one home. Outside for ball 2. So Rufus has fought back to even the count at 2-2. Bit windy, but other than that, a very nice afternoon here at Schaefer Park. First of 2 games here today. Rufus settles in, ready to go. Drives this one out into center, right center field. That's over the right fielder's head. So 1-1 will come home. Rufus, they're going to wave her around inside the park. Home run with good speed. So Brittany Rufus with a home run. She drives in another, and it makes it 4-0 in favor of the Lady Buffs. So what a nice drive by Rufus, and I know Trahan, they're going to talk with her out on the circle, but really that was Arisia who kind of misplayed that one in right center field. As she kind of came in, I think she was fooled by the flight of the ball came in, and that was well over her head, hit the fence, and then she couldn't find the handle on it. And so Brittany Rufus, with great speed, just kept going.
Shortstop number 17.
Coach Mook just said, keep on going, come home. And so we go to the top of the order. Madison Johnson will lead things off. She flew out to left field her first at bat. Maddie settles in, batting from the right side. So 4-0 for the Lady Buffs here in the bottom of the second inning. Driven down the third base line, that's fair. Maddie Johnson connects, and she'll go in standing up to second base. And she just drilled that past the third baseman. Stand-up double for Maddie Johnson. So Maddie will get, see if she gets a pitch runner. No, they're just taking her elbow protection. So that'll bring up Ruby Salzman. Ruby flew out to right field her last at bat. Takes her time, settles in, ready to go. Runner at second base. 2 outs for the Lady Buffs. They've scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. That is low for a ball. Salzman, the 8th batter in the lineup here in the second inning. Salzman settles back in, ready to go. Batting from the right side. Shows bunt. Hold it back in time, so that becomes ball 2. So 2-0 the count on the senior from Northridge, California. Salzman settles in, ready to go. Drives this one down the right field line. The right fielder circles underneath and pulls that one in. So both times Ruby has fouled out, or flown out, I should say, to right field. That is out number 3. But the Lady Buffs get 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors in the inning. And no one left on base, or excuse me, 1 left on base.
For your Lady Buffs,
we have played 2 complete.
4 hits, no errors,
Lady
and
Buffs
1 left on base.
Have taken the lead here as we go to the top of the third. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, welcome back to Schaefer Field, where the Lady Buffs posted 4 runs in the bottom of the second inning on 4 hits, and they take the lead 4-0 over UTPB. And checking to see what kind of changes are being made for the Lady Buffs. I think there is a new pitcher that's out there now. So that looks well, we'll wait for the official count to see if the battery changed. Again, Lauren Granger came in to hit for Braylon Booth. So Booth's not out there, so trying to see what the battery is going to be here. For the Lady Buffs, Looks like Emma Parrish pitching now. Nope. Instead, that is Emily Wilson, 5'7" senior. So as they make the changes,
Let's go, Em!
Leading off for Permian Basin, right fielder number 1, Aubrey Beggs.
so 4-0 leading off will be the right fielder Aubrey Biggs, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. And she will face Emily Wilson. Wilson's first pitch, outside corner, misses. Wilson, who has a 1-0 record, comes in with has pitched in 16 2/3 innings. She's allowed 13 hits. That one misses low for a ball. So Biggs had in the count 2-0. She's allowed 2 runs, both of those earned. She's walked 7, struck out 7. She's allowed a double this season. So Wilson settles in, ready to go. 2-0 pitch, outside corner is a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. So Wilson's ready, pitch on the way, driven down the left field line, giving chase is Rufus, and she gloves that, pulls it in on a fly out to left field for out number 1. That'll bring up Carrie Sanford.
Second baseman number 3, Carrie Sanford.
Sanford comes up, playing second base today. She'll bat from the left side. We believe Cheyenne Sanchez is the catcher now. So Wilson gets set, ready to go. So all 3 catchers on the roster have been used here in the first 2.5 innings today. That's fouled off down the left field line, foul and out of play.
Come on, Coach! Come on, Coach! You're going to wear those Tennessee shoes, you ought to catch it.
So the ball is fouled off. Fans giving Sam Mendez, the third base coach's box, the head coach, giving her a bit of grief for not diving after that one, but she knows better. So an 0-1 pitch, inside corner, misses for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. So Carrie Sanford, she gets aboard. Whether or not she does, Emily Andreas in the on-deck circle. Here in the top of the third, Buffs leading at 4-0. Sanford settles back in, ready to go. Sends this out to left field. Rufus slides underneath. Pulls that one in. Actually, that's Ruby Moore playing in left field now, so Ruby Moore is out there.
Shortstop number 2, Emily Andrews.
And she pulls that one in, so fly out to left field. For out number 2, they'll bring up Emily Andrus, who has struck out her only at bat. Andrus, the shortstop for UTPB. So Emily Wilson on in relief. So Wilson will settle in, ready to go. 1-0 count for Andrus. That's in there for a strike.
Let go in!
Evens the count at 1-1. Came back in, ready to go. Andrus settles in, batting from the left side. 1-1 count, now time taken by Andrus. She wants to step out. Now she'll slowly make her way back in. That's high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on the shortstop for UTPB. Looking to see if there's any action in either bullpen. WT has a couple down there. Nobody really warming up. UTPB had somebody earlier, but they don't have anybody warming up right now. Lady Buffs lead it 4-0 here, top of the third. That's way outside for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike. Should Andrus get aboard? Ariza in the on-deck circle. Andrus settles in, ready, batting from the left side. Wilson is ready. And swinging for a strike. So Wilson gets the strikeout. Nope, they fouled it off. So it runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not quite a strikeout as of yet. Emily Andrus will settle back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Twirls of the bat. She gets ready to step back in. Wilson gets the pitch. Comes home with it. And swinging that time for a strikeout is Andrus. She is out for out number 2. Watch on the replay here. And just a good pitch from Emily Wilson. As she comes home with it and just right down the heart of the plate. Just a good fastball. Got her swinging. So that's her first strikeout, the 5th for Buff pitching. So no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody on base. We have played 2.5. Lady Buffs lead at 4-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
There's the first 2 batters for the Lady Buffs. It'll be Emily Boyer, the designated player, to lead things off, followed by Diana Murtha. And instead, that will be Cheyenne Sanchez, who came in to catch, will now bat for Emily Boyer. Cheyenne batting from the left side. First pitch swung on, hit toward the shortstop on 1 hop over to first in time for the putout. So Sanchez is eliminated. 6-3 for out number 1. So that'll bring up Diana Murtha, third baseman, who in her last at bat had a leadoff triple in the 2nd inning, and her pitch runner Delphine came around to score. So Murtha settles in. Pitch is low for a ball. So 1-0 the count for Diana Murtha. As quick conversation with Destiny Trahan. The umpire walked out and said something, and Sam Mendez was asking what was said. So the 1-0 pitch for Murtha as she settles in, ready to go. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. So that evens the count at 1-1. Good pitch from Destiny Trahan. Trahan from Nederland, Texas. She's a senior, so a veteran player. Outfield is shading toward left a little bit. That is in there for a strike. So back-to-back strikes runs the count to 1-2 strikes. Murtha steps back out. Senior from Summerlin, Nevada. Settles back in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Murtha. The pitch down low for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Murtha, who played at Nebraska Omaha before coming here to WT. The Nevada native settles in, batting from the right side, big open stance. Drives this one down the third base line, fouling out of play.
Go, D! Go, D!
So Murtha will work her way back into the batter's box. So you look at the dugout, leading cheers. Murtha. That's going to be high for a ball. So Murtha runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Murtha will settle back in, ready to go. Full count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, 4-0, Lady Buffs lead. Murtha looks at ball 4, so she'll get a walk. Head down to first base. Let's see if we have a pitch runner in for Murtha. So scheduled up is Gabby Valforte. But we are going to have a pitch hitter.
First baseman number 9, Gabriela Valforte.
So I think it's Emily Boyer. Double check here and see. First pitch, fouled off. Nope, that is Gabby Valforte. So Gabby strikes. Down in the count, 0-1. So we do have a pitch runner on, and that's what they were talking about. So Gabby Valforte, batting from the right side. Junior from Fort Worth settles in. Off-speed pitch had her swinging, and she's mad at herself. She tried to adjust the bat speed on that one and just couldn't pull it back in time. She knew it, though. And so a nice pitch from Trahan, really off-speed on that one. Pitch runner at first base. It's going to be outside. Well, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He called something. He walked out to say something to Trahan, but it is a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forte settles in, ready to go. Shows bunt. Pulls the bat back. That's going to be down low. Runner heading off to is Murtha, so we did not have a pitch runner. So I'm not really sure when the umpire came out and said there was a change, where the change occurred, because Murtha still out there running the base pass. She's down at second base on a stolen base. Valforte shows bunt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pulls the bat back. It's inside for a ball, so runs the count full. So 3-2 count for Valforte. Fort Worth Jr. settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Fouls this one down the right field line, fouling out of play. Valforte batting .231 so far this season. That one's driven out to right center field. And chase for it coming on is the right fielder who comes in and makes the play. So nice play by Biggs as she comes, and that is a fly out to right for out number 2. So 2 outs for the Lady Buffs, and that will bring to the plate Maddie Geidel.
Maddie Geidel.
Geidel from Kewaskum, Wisconsin. She is a junior. She's going to hit for Julia Guzman. So Maddie batting from the right side. So Maddie takes a swing, comes up empty. So Maddie settles back in, batting from the right side, ready to go. It's a strike on the outside corner. So that runs the count to 0-2 on Maddie Geidel. Geidel on in relief of Julie Guzman, the right fielder. Again, the Lady Buffs have gone pretty deep in the bench here early in the game. That's down in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gabby McConnell, the second baseman, in the on-deck circle. So 2 outs. Dinah Murtha is on board at second base, still stranded out there. Inside corner called strike. Home fans don't like that one, but that is a strikeout. So we watch the pitch.
Realty would like nothing more than to be
here
to the Amarillo and Canyon, Texas real estate market. Whether you want to buy, sell, or
I don't know, they look pretty tight inside, but nevertheless, Destiny Trahan gets credit for her first strikeout of the ball game. So no runs for the Lady Buffs. There was no hits, no errors in the inning, 1 left on base. We have played 3 complete. WT leads this one 4-0. Now we got another new catcher, but we'll take a timeout before that and be back after this. So
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, welcome back to Schaefer Park as we look in the UTPB dugout. They trail 4-0 coming to the plate here in the top of the fourth inning. Ariza facing Emily Wilson for the first time. And that, let's see, did she foul that off at the plate? No, they said that went off of the catcher. Catcher right now for WT is Cheyenne Sanchez. Now having a conversation with Emily Wilson. I think that was just to give Sanchez a chance to collect herself. That one was fouled off of her. So Ariza with a strike. 0-1 the count. Wilson ready to go. Good fastball from Emily Wilson. Off-speed pitch, got the inside corner. That looked like the same pitch for that Geidel struck out on, but nevertheless, that is a ball, so 1 ball and a strike. Ariza settles in, batting from the right side. Takes a cut, comes up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ariza settles back in, ready to go from El Paso. She's a senior, batting from the right side, drives it down to Murtha. 2 hops, Murtha over to first, in time, and she records the out. So that's out number 1 as Ariza's retired. 5-3 for out number 1. Olivia Ringo now playing over at first base. No, it's still the same. It changed some players around, but that's still Belfonte playing at first base. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th. There's a strike for Julia Bumford. Bumford, who popped up to first base her last at bat back in the 1st. 4-0, top of the 4th. Lady Buffs with the lead. It's going to be outside for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. Open stance for Bumford. Down to Prosper, Texas. The junior settles in, batting from the right side. And therefore a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Bumford coming into this one today. Batting .355 on the season. Bumford settles in, ready to go. That's going to be high for a ball. Nice stop by Sanchez. Cheyenne did a nice job to go up and pull that one down. Sanchez from Hacienda Heights, California. And jump up in the air. Didn't allow that to go the backstop. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled off at the plate. Keeps the count. 2-2. Bumford settles back in, batting from the right side, ready to go. 2-2 pitch from Wilson on the way. That's drilled to the shortstop, and not able to come up with that one is Johnson, as that one bounces off the glove and goes out into center field. So Bumford has the first hit of the ball game for UTPB. She gets aboard at first base.
Number 22, Stephanie Jimenez.
So that'll bring up Stephanie Jimenez, who struck out her last at bat. She is the first baseman for UTPB. And that's a strike. Came breaking in. It's just a deceptive pitch because it comes like it's coming at your hands and then just breaks at the last minute and curves to the outside corner of the plate. So no one count. That's outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Lady Buffs lead 4-0. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Lady Buffs. No runs on 1 hit for UTPB. Outside corner is there for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Jimenez. Again, she struck out facing Heidi Vorthams in the 2nd inning. Now facing Emily Wilson here in the 4th. Wilson working on her 2nd inning of work. Off-speed pitch, got the outside corner for a strike. Jimenez struck out for the 2nd time, 2nd strikeout for Wilson, and we watch again as Wilson delivers. Again, just a bend, comes to the outside corner. And that was strike 3. So I think Jimenez thought that was outside on that one. Umpire rang her up, though. That brings in Milena Lopez. She's the designated player. Lopez takes a cut, comes up empty. Good fastball from Wilson. Here's action in the WT bullpen. So this may be all for Wilson as Coach Moak may be wanting to limit the pitches for his player. Oh, good inside pitch is a strike. Took a while to ring that one up. I think the umpire wanted to make sure. Kind of fooled everybody, including Milena Lopez. Lopez settles back in, batting from the left side. Wilson comes home with it, and that's fouled off down the left field line and out of play. Retrieving that and getting it in is Lady Buff's left fielder. So Wilson with an 0-2 count coming. Here's the pitch. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. It's going to be high for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Milena Lopez. Should Lopez get aboard? Bring up Mia Quintero, the catcher. So the 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside corner misses for a ball. 2-2. So Wilson checks the runner over at first base. It's Julia Bumford. Bumford. That's fouled off back at us. Keeps the count at 2-2. 2's across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lopez settles in again, batting from the left side. Way inside for a ball. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pleasant afternoon here at Schaefer Park. So the 3-2 pitch from Emily Wilson. Let's go Minnesota as Emily's home. Outside corner is fouled away. Emily, a senior, played at Valley City State after Esco High School. Senior settles in the circle, ready to go. 3-2 pitch to Lopez. Swung on, and that's going to be fouled out of play. So back-to-back fouls. Sanchez sells back behind home plate. Flashes in the pitch she wants from Emily Wilson. And that's going to be fouled off and out of play. Just kind of a check swing that goes over to the third baseman. Bertha throws that back in.
You got her in? Yeah, let's go.
Swung on and fouled out of play once again as Lopez in her last at bat, she struck out, but she fouled off, I think, 5 different pitches. So trying to keep it alive here. Lopez settles back in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Wilson gets the pitch, comes home with it. And there's the strikeout as Melina Lopez is out for the second time she's been struck out, third strikeout for Wilson. And you watch the pitch right here, and just a good one of those pitches that starts low and starts to go up high. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 3.5. Lady Buffs lead 4-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to Schaefer Field, where Gabby McConnell will lead things off. Gabby batting .343 for the Lady Buffs. Gabby got aboard on a single her last at bat. So she is 1 for 1 at the plate today with a hit. She also drove in a run.
Leading off for your Lady Buffs, second baseman number 10, Gabby McConnell.
So McConnell batting from the right side will settle in, ready to go. McConnell out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the freshman. Sends this one back up the middle toward the pitcher, and that's going to be another base hit. McConnell gets aboard, so she is 2 for 2 at the plate today. Just a nice pitch right back to Trahan, but Trahan's falling off to the right when she delivers the pitch, and that was to her glove hand. And just could get a glove on it, but just couldn't field it cleanly. So that'll bring up Lauren Granger. So I think Granger has now become the designated player. Pitch is in there for a strike. Heading to second base was McConnell. Nobody was keeping her close to first, so she'll get a stolen base for that. Granger now with a runner in scoring position, batting 111. Her last at bat. She got bored on a fielder's choice. That's a high pop. It's hit toward the third baseman, and she bobbles it. And so coming down to third was McConnell. And Lauren Granger gets a board. Let's see how they score that. They're going to score that in. It's a hit. Well, we'll wait and see how they score that. Haven't officially put it up. They show WT with an error, and that's going to be probably, I'm not sure when WT had an error. But nevertheless, Granger on at first.
Ruby Moore.
And that'll bring up Ruby Moore. Playing out in the left field now, shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Granger slowly makes her way down to second base. So she gets a stolen base on that. Mook, is he going to change? So Moore took one. Looked at a ball. So Brittany Rufus. So Brittany Rufus comes back out. It's her last at bat. She had an in the park home run. So Moore went up. So they're telling Brittany that she has a ball. So Brittany Rufus comes back in. Shows bunt. Pulls the bat back. And that is ball two. So 2-0 the count on Rufus, the junior from Mansfield. She settles in, ready to go. Shows bunt once again. Check swing down the third baseline, foul and out of play. A nice stop. I think that's Heidi Worthams that has a bat. We'll double check, make sure. So Brittany Rufus comes back out. Down, out for ball three. So she's ahead in the count 3-0. So Rufus fouls this one off and out of play. No, it is Mandy Johnson that's out there with a bat. So Mandy, the shortstop, in the on-deck circle. Should Rufus get aboard? Two runners aboard at second and third. Granger at second, McConnell at third. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. That's fouled off by Rufus. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count for the left fielder for the Lady Buffs. Rufus will settle back in, ready to go. Rufus batting .435 on the season. And that is outside for ball 4. That loads the bases. Third walk of the ball game for Destiny Trahan. They have no one warming up down in the UTPB bullpen area. They have a catcher down there, but nobody really warming up. Now here's a visit by Sam Mendez, visiting with his battery. So Quintero and Trahan having a conversation with their head coach. So bases are full for Lady Buffs. Maddie Johnson is coming up to the plate. She had a double her last at bat. So the infield had a discussion with assistant coach Zach Sigler, and Sam Mendez went out to talk to our battery. Now everybody's set. Infield playing in with bases full. So Maddie Johnson.
Shortstop number 17, Madison Johnson.
So settles back in. She is 1 for 2 at the plate today, batting .205. Fouls this one off for a strike. Johnson, who had a double back in the second inning. Has 9 hits so far this season. She scored 10 runs. She's driven in 6, so she has a great opportunity right here, driving a couple of runs. She's walked 6 times. She's only struck out once. She has 4 doubles and a home run. Shortstop for Lady Buffs, settled in, ready to go. Sends this one to the shortstop. They come home with it, so there's that force out. So Gabby McConnell is retired 6-2 for out number 1.
Ruby Salzman.
Johnson gets aboard on a fielder's choice. So that brings up Ruby Salzman. Salzman batting from the right side, settles in, ready to go, batting .426. She's 0 for 2, has gone to right field. This one's right up the middle for a base hit. It gets away from the outfielder. So 2 runs will come home. Salzman will dig for third, and they're going to tag her out. But the Buffs do get 3 runs as Salzman will get a double. And thrown out, trying to stretch that to third. She's retired 8-5 for out number 2. But the Buffs get 3 more runs, and they now lead 7-0. As we watch on the replay here, again, Salzman just drills this one right out to center field, past the center fielder. And so that clears the base pass. Here's a quick throw of the shortstop, who comes to third with it. And so that retired Salzman for out number 2. But the Lady Buffs lead at 7-0 now as Cheyenne Sanchez, the catcher, comes in. So Sanchez, who in her last at bat was out on a 6-3 put out, looks at strike 1. Sanchez ready, pops this one up. First baseman trying to pull that one in, and does, and so she'll be pop-out victim to the first baseman for out number 3. But Lady Buffs do get 3 runs.
For your Lady Buffs, 3 runs, 3 hits.
On 3 hits, there was an error in the inning, and no one left on base. Lady Buffs lead at 7-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Cheyenne Sanchez behind the plate. She's working in her third inning as we go to the top of the fifth. And it will be the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the lineup today for UTPB. The Lady Falcons trailing 7-0 as they get set. Well, we'll try that again. Mia Quintero comes up. She'll lead things off. Then Cheyenne Marquez and Aubrey Beggs. The pitch is outside for a ball. Emily Wilson still out on the hill, working in her third inning. So Quintero head in the count, 1-0. Good off-speed pitch is there for a strike. And Quintero, who got a board on a walk her last at bat in the second inning. That evens the count at 1-1. Mia settles in, drives this down the third base line, and that is over the head of Rufus, who will get it, throws it into second base, and close. Quintero will go in with a double. She got that one over Rufus's head. And again, you watch just a good level swing from Quintero.
Left fielder number 4, Cheyenne Marquez.
Drives this out into left field over the head of Brittany Rufus. Brittany gets it in quickly, though, and almost to play at second base. Got a pitch runner in now for Quintero. Everybody gets around Emily Wilson, makes sure everybody's on the same page as we get set. One runner aboard with a double. That'll bring up Cheyenne Marquez. Marquez struck out her last at bat. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. And Marquez was the last batter for Heidi Vorthams. So Aubrey Biggs, when she comes up, will be batting a second time against Wilson. Marquez settles in, ready to go. There is action in the WT bullpen. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. So 0-2 the count on Cheyenne Marquez. Runner at second base, courtesy runner for Mia Quintero. And that pitch is high. Got to check to see if she swung. They said she did not. So that's a ball, 1-2 the count on Marquez. Monahan Southmore settles in, ready to go. Playing in right field. It's going to be high for a ball. Cheyenne Sanchez behind the plate, checked the runner at second, then went back to Wilson. Cheyenne Marquez, the batter, settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. 2-2 pitch, it's going to be high for a ball. So that runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Heidi Vortham's pitched the first 2 innings. She had 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Then Emily Wilson has pitched the last 3. That's fouled off at the plate. Emily's allowed 2 hits. She's also struck out 3. Would like to register a strikeout here. 3-2 pitch from Wilson. That's way outside for a ball. It's the first walk given up by Wilson. It's the second by WT pitching. As runners at first and second, they'll bring up Aubrey Beggs. Beggs,
number 1, Aubrey Beggs.
From Graham, Texas, played at Weatherford College. She's a senior. Beggs in right field today. Settles in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Her last at bat, she flew out to left field. Looks at a strike. So Beggs settles in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Wilson. All-speed pitch, got the outside corner for a strike. One of those that Beggs was going to slap at but didn't pull the bat. It just kept going out toward the pitcher's mound, and that caught the outside corner. So 0-2 count on the right fielder for the Lady Falcons. Wilson ready, pitch on the way. It's going to be popped up down the left field line, but Rufus calls everybody off, pulls that one in. So that's the first out here in the top of the 5th inning on a fly out to left for Aubrey Beggs. So not sure what the conversation is with the home plate umpire, but he walked over to the WT dugout. And so Beggs becomes the first out here in the top of the 5th. Runners at first and second for the Lady Falcons. That'll bring up Carrie Sanford, the second baseman.
Good job, Brittany.
Outside corner. Sanchez was looking over at third, wanted to pull the trigger but didn't.
That's it. Welcome back, side.
So that's ball one. Sanford, who flew out to left field, her last at bat. And that's when Ruby Moore was playing in left field.
Yeah.
That is driven hard to the third baseman, and that is a double play. What a play by Murtha as she got that on a line shot right at her from Sanford, and then has the presence to throw to second base for the forced out of the pitch runner. We'll watch here on the replay. And what a play by Murtha. Murtha, you know, in about 10 steps from the bag. This was a hard shot right at her. She gloves it and then goes to second base with a force. And so that forced out the runner at second. She was out 5-4 for out number 3. And Carrie Sanford lines out to Murtha for out number 2. So no runs on one hit, or no errors in the inning, and one left on base. We have played 4.5. Lady Buffs lead 7-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Medi Drive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, Diana Murtha leads things off. Buffs lead at 7-0. Diana steps in, looks at a strike for the first pitch, and it is usually the case when somebody makes a great defensive play when they come up to bat. to start the bottom half of the inning. So Murtha, who has been on base twice today, she has tripled, and her courtesy runner scored, and she walked and was left stranded at second back in the third. Fouls this one off at the plate. So she's down in the count 0-2. Bottom of the fifth inning, Lady Buffs lead 7-0 over UTPB. Lone Star Conference action. Lady Buffs 3-0 in LSC play. Lady Falcons are 1-5 in Lone Star Conference action. Off-speed pitch, just a little low. Man, that's tough just to stand there and take it because your instinct tells you to swing. Credit Murtha. Senior from Summerlin, Nevada, steps in, ready to go. And offside corner misses for ball. So she fights back to even the count at 2-2 as the sun comes back out. Not a bad afternoon here at Schaefer Park, Canyon, Texas. Lady Buffs hosting UTPB. Leading 7-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Murtha drives this down the left field line. That's going to be in for a single. She'll round the base at first and settle for her second hit of the ball game.
First baseman number 9.
We watch on the replay here. Again, Murtha just settles in ready to go and then just smacks this hard down the third base line. Just a great hit. Trahan brings it home, and that's driven out for a base hit. And that is Gabby Belforte. Murtha around second, heads to third, and she's going to go ahead and come on home. And she slides in. Coach, she's going to go back and apologize to her coach because he had the stop sign up, and Murtha just ran through it and came around to score. And that's going to be the ball game as the Lady Buffs win this here in the bottom of the fifth, 8-0 on that run scored. Belforte had the hit, and so Lady Buffs take the win, 8-0. We'll come back and recap the numbers and go through this for you. But again, Lady Buffs improved to 13-0, while UTPB falls to 4-11. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
one. Welcome back to Schaefer Park, where the Lady Buffs win this one 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as Dinah Murtha comes around to score on the hit from Gabby Valforte. Lady Buffs win this one by a final of 8-0 for the Lady Buffs. They scored 4 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. So they had 8 runs on 9 hits. They had 1 error in the ball game, and they left 2 on base. For UTPB, they had no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 3 left on base. Destiny Trahan takes the loss as she allowed all 8 runs in this contest. And for the Lady Buffs, the winning pitcher in this one, so we're going to give it to Emily Wilson. Wortham's went 2 innings. Wilson went 3. It's a total of 7 strikeouts between the two, and only 2 walks in this one. Again, just a nice combination pitching in this one today. And so Lady Buffs win it by a final of 8-0. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to do so. We'll have the second game coming your way here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network, but we're going to stretch our legs for a moment, take a break, and be back after this. Big thanks, of course, to the Thunder Vision crew for bringing all of the action, all the pictures in this one today. We'll take this time out and be back after this